this Spurs team has been extremely encouraging, but if I'm a Spurs fan, I'm starting to ask myself, can Victor Wembanyama play for more than 2 months at a time? Can he play just 2 months straight? Can I get that from him? I was not one of those guys that thought injuries would, take away from the generational superstar that he is and has become. He had one of the greatest starts in NBA history, but the injury stuff is starting to get a little bit concerning. And as far as championship aspirations for this Spurs team, it's in the back of my head that maybe we need to go get a Giannis to get some insurance on this. And I don't know how much you have to give up in that, but De'Aaron Fox with Giannis Antetokounmpo, that's a team that whether Wemby's in or out of the lineup, I think can compete in playoff series. And this De'Aaron Fox stuff is cute in November and December, but if Wembanyama's not available in the playoff, this team has no chance to win any series in the Western Conference.
I just think that you see how OKC has built their team, and it's just very hard to want to make an all-in move like that where you completely zap your future assets, because the way to compete in the modern NBA is with depth. It's not anymore. You can't just have 3 stars and a bunch of scrubs around them. Yeah. You have to have depth around your stars, and you have to have flexibility. So when you pay your stars, you can maybe bypass it and you can draft their replacement. The Spurs right now have the second most draft capital, only behind OKC in the next 5 years. Mm-hmm. If you trade for Giannis, is a De'Aaron Fox, Giannis, and Wemby team with Keldon Johnson and Champagnie winning a championship? No, it's not. It's not. No.
Yeah, it is.
It's not. No,
it's a hell of a lot better than what it is right now. Victor Wembanyama next to Giannis Antetokounmpo with the point guard like De'Aaron Fox that you keep gassing up more than anybody I've ever met. Yeah, that has a chance to win a title.
No, I think that the depth behind them is too thin, and you're going to have to run into OKC, who they have a fantastic big three, and they have elite depth.
As far as the Victor Wembanyama stuff, look, I don't know if him having a 1A and 1B is reliable enough to win a championship with depth. When you look at Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he does not miss games, ever. That's why that works in the OKC model. Victor Wembanyama, now 3 years in, has not been able to stay on the court consistently. I'm not saying that's going to be the story of his career. I don't want it to be as an NBA fan. That's just what it has been thus far.
I think that we're only pointing to one injury, though. Last year was blood clots. That's
exactly. It's a freak thing.
Yeah, but the blood clots is a freak thing. This injury he has is a hamstring strain, I think, calf strain, or something like that. So it's not like he has an extensive injury history. He played 70 games as a rookie.
Yes, he did. We shall see. But the blood clot thing and now this hamstring strain, I'm not saying this is going to be the story of his career. It is concerning if I'm a Spurs fan thus far.
So because of that, you'd rush to make the Giannis trade.
I wouldn't rush to do anything. I think having the second most draft capital in the NBA is a good problem to have, and deciding whether to keep that or use that is a great problem to have. But Milwaukee's going to be a team who has a finite amount of trades they can make. You're looking realistically at the Spurs, at Atlanta, and his desire to go to New York. New York cannot offer what you can offer. Atlanta, I doubt, wants to put Jalen Johnson in a trade like that. I think you can get what you want without sacrificing as much as your depth as you think. And Giannis, this isn't a guy who's like 36 or 37. He's just turned 32 years old. You have at least half a decade window with those 3 guys.
Okay.
By the way, I have the Spurs ranked above you at number 7. I am encouraged by what I've seen of De'Aaron Fox.
Thank God. I was starting to wonder if you were ever going to see it.